In case you're new here, my name is Chris, and on this channel, I help people learn how to build iOS apps, whether that's through coding or whether that's through the use of AI tools. And since you're here, I know you're interested in coding. So let me tell you what this series is all about. It starts from scratch. You don't need any prior knowledge. If you have coded in the past in another programming language, that is definitely going to help you out because there are similarities across all languages, but that is not required. By the end of this video series, you're going to be able to read and write Swift code to express the app logic in your iOS app. This series also comes with a lot of resources, practical exercises, examples to read and learn from, cheat sheets, all of that stuff. We'll get into that later. And just before we begin, I want to squash any doubts you might have about your ability to learn how to code, because I've been doing this for 10 years and a lot of people come and they're intimidated by code and they don't know if they can do it. Let me tell you, based on all of the students that I've taught, you can do this. Once you get into it, you'll see that things actually make a lot of sense. And Swift is a fun language to learn as well. With that said, let's go and dive into the first lesson. So we're going to be following this guide that I have on my website. I'll put the link in the description below, or you can just type in the browser URL codewithchris.com/learn-swift. And let's start. This is lesson 1, so we're going to start here. I'm not going to talk too much about what Swift is. If you're here, you already know. We use it to code apps on all of Apple's different platforms. But where do you write it? Because that's what we need to figure out. If you have an iPad, the fastest way, just download Swift Playgrounds on your iPad. You can type in Swift code and practice like that. If you're on a computer, you're going to want to download Xcode. So open up the Mac App Store, search for Xcode, and download it. This is the same application we're going to use to actually build the apps, not just practice Swift. So you're going to get a head start if you download this. It is quite a hefty download. Honestly, you're going to need even more space than this. So make sure you budget accordingly. After you have downloaded it, you have installed it, going to ask you to install some additional components. Go ahead and choose that. If it asks which platforms you want to build for, make sure iOS is selected. Okay, so once you have that set up, you're going to launch Xcode. You may see something like this. And we're not going to create a new project. We're going to create a new playground because that is an easy, lightweight way to practice Swift code. Go up to File, go to New, and choose Playground. You're going to just create a blank one under iOS. There are 2 tabs. See here? Under iOS, choose blank. And I'm going to save it on my desktop. And I'm going to just overwrite the one that I was working on before this lesson. So it's going to look something like this. And we are going to write our first line of Swift following this. We're going to erase this stuff. We're going to talk about variables in the next lesson, or the one after that, actually, I think the 3rd lesson. But for now, let's just copy this or type it out. So we have the keyword print, which is going to output something on the screen. We have an open bracket and a closed bracket. And what is inside those brackets is what you want to print out. We want to print out hello world, but we have to put it between a set of quotation marks. And that just indicates that this is not code, but this is text that we want to display. And so hopefully that makes sense. Print is the command, the brackets indicate what you want to print out, and the thing inside of it in quotation marks is the text that you want to print out. So when you run it, if you hit this run button beside the line of code, and the first time you hit that run button, it's going to take a few minutes because there are things happening behind the scenes to get it ready to be able to print out the code. But subsequent times, it is not going to take that long. So what you're going to see is at the bottom here, this is called the console area, and it's printed out the text. And on the right-hand side, this panel just gives you a preview of what your lines of code will show. If you don't have this panel down here, there's a little blue button here to hide and show it. Do that. And notice that there's also a stop and run button here. It does the same thing as running the line of code here, except that this run button will just run all the lines of code in this whole pane whereas here you get to choose which line you want to run up to. So this is the first lesson. It's easy by design. Let's try to do some practice now. Okay, so this is just the explanation that we've gone through. So this is your challenge. Write a Swift program that prints out 3 different things. 1 is your name, 2nd is your location, and 3 is why you want to learn Swift. So let me go through this challenge with you. If you want to try it out for yourself, just pause the video, try it out for yourself. But I am going to write it right here. So if I do that and I hit run, you're going to see the output is now Chris. If I want to print something on a second line, I just use a new print statement. Okay, so I'll say Ontario, that's the province I live in, Canada. And then lastly, why I want to learn Swift. Because even in this age of AI, knowing Swift will give you an advantage. All right, so that is the challenge right there. And I do want to show you how you can use AI to enhance your learning, and this guide also help you with that. Go deeper with AI. So you can copy these prompts. Let me show you where to put them. There's this button here. If you're using Xcode 26 and above, you can hit this coding assistant. And if you haven't set it up yet, there should be a button for you to set it up here. If not, you can go hit Xcode, go to settings, and then go to intelligence, and you can hook up ChatGPT here or Claude if you prefer. I personally prefer Claude, although its usage limits at the time of this recording, they're pretty bad. So I don't want to burn through those. But let's deepen our understanding. Okay, so let's try this. Copy that, paste it in here, and you ask questions and read the explanations. That will help you learn. This is so powerful because previously, if you had a question, you'd have to either Google it, you'd have to ask in the comment section. But here, it's almost as if you have a personal tutor. So that's asking questions, deepening your understanding. There's also building a practice example. So you can start a new conversation by hitting this button just to clear the space. If you want to go back to the previous conversation, you can hit this drop down and go back here and you can read that. Okay, so I hit this. Now this is going to actually update the code so that it gives you examples. This is just what we went through. And it'll do it in a slightly different way than we have done it. Perhaps maybe a little more complicated because you haven't learned about constants and variables and things like that. But it does walk through the explanation. So you can read that and learn. So I would say this is a pretty productive first lesson in your learning Swift journey. In the next lesson, we're going to continue on, and hopefully it's piqued your interest enough for you to want to continue learning and to subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. All right, I'll see you there.